On behalf of all the Good Sam members across this great country, gentlemen, start your engines!
You know what you're fired up when ready, sir. Everything's up to par here. This show. Thank you, man.
Green flag. We're underway at Pocono. Down the Long Pond straightaway, named for the town, the racetrack is in across the tunnel turn for the first time.
They did explain these are 200 laps to finish this race, right? I see 3 wide racing in a hurry.
Dropping back, see Jimmie Johnson there in 48, trying to move a little bit farther forward. Paul Menard losing a couple spots on the break in that 27.
Now, Dale, that looks like that bottom works pretty good when you have new tires on. Does it work that good after you get some laps on them? You know, as you slow down a little bit and you get some laps, it's actually a little bit better at that point in time. But you can see Jimmie made a little wider entry in there and then kind of drove straighter across instead of catching those on his entry.
And the caution's out.
Hey, 4 tires of fuel.
Doesn't appear he has any damage, at least from that shot. He's got some flat tires, so he'll have to go immediately to his pits after start at the tail end of the longest line, but can't take a chance going around 2.5 miles and tearing up some fenders here. See, he's dropped down. Yeah, it's loose. Yeah, it can happen to the best. Let's see if he makes a commitment cone.
The guys that had been the previous leaders charge ahead at the restart. 3 wide, Denny Hamlin.
These restarts are just so incredible inside the cockpit of these race cars. You don't have enough eyes and feel to have a good feel for everything that's going on around you. There's cars coming at such a great speed, getting a big draft. As we see pass for the lead right here. Nobody was able to get close to Joey Logano in that first segment. Here comes Kurt Busch.
Little slide job there.
Yeah, you see about 4 different lines through turn 3.
Oh, and David Reagan. And the caution's out. Oh, my goodness. Hang on.
Fired up to the roll. Rear damage.
Yeah, a lot of rear damage.
That's not a good place to be sitting sideways across the racetrack.
Not a good place to be sitting, and he was in the battle for...
Need 4 tires. Just back it straight back into the wall.
Yeah, they got a lot of damage to fix here. This is not going to be a quick fix. Yeah, he has that win from Daytona that had him in contention for a chase spot, but this is going to severely hamper that.
Got a long way to go till we see who wins today. Denny Hamlin trying Kurt Busch for the lead, while the pack fans out in typical Pocono turn 1 fashion after a restart. Greg Biffle going to get a penalty for changing lanes before the start-finish line on the restart. So that'll add some insult to the early body injury on the car.
That's one thing that Nascar has been very strict on. Is you cannot change lanes before you cross the start-finish line.
How about the 11 car, Doc?
Yeah, trying to move in on Kurt Busch and take the lead for the first time today. But Denny, on that previous pit stop on lap 13, had a bit of apologizing to do because of a miscommunication miscue here in the pits. Listen in.
You're not full of fuel. Sorry. I thought when he said on me, I think he said on me. Let that man go. That's my fault. Figure out what we got here. We're not fuel full. Guys can be full.
Well, Denny Hamlin has the lead right now here at Pocono for the first time today. He's led the most laps in 3 of the last 4 events. But your radio you heard a moment ago indicates he's about 2 gallons short of a full fuel tank on that previous stop.
And you see Brad Keselowski on the right side of your screen. I talked to Paul Wolfe, his crew chief, this morning, and I said, did you guys do anything inside the car for comfort? He said, no, Brad didn't want us to do anything. He has a brace on his left ankle. Now I asked Brad, is there any point, any way you're going to need a relief driver? And he says, no, nobody's getting in my dang car.
He got that lead, then didn't give it back. Then he got the lead back on the pit stops. Here are a series of recent radio transmissions between the two.
Yeah, I'm just passing it along. Your decision. I mean, you don't roll out of top 10. I mean, come on, let's go. back. Give it back. Kind of driving away. I mean, whatever.
Caution's in turn 3 there.
Yeah, there's a lot of debris down in turn 3. They're trying to throw the caution flag for that right there. But right before that little bit of debris got there, guys, I was watching Jimmie Johnson. You know, we've been talking about Johnson, 05 time, second half driver. This guy's been really coming on. I'm looking at his lap times. He's been lurking back there.
Lap
really
time.
running
He
strong.
is fast, Rusty. That's exactly right. I've been keeping an eye on Jimmie as well. He is starting to really, this race team is starting to come together.
Coming to green. On the outside, it is Joey Logano. On the inside, it's the 22. Kurt Busch is brought to you by American Ethanol. Going to see him fan out here. AB, back to you.
See how the tires play out as they charge off into turn 1, Nicole. Jeff Gordon back by Brad Keselowski. When we saw Gordon go for that slide in turn 3, the two got around him. Now he's got that spot back.
Yeah, now we're seeing what won this race back in June for this 24 car and Jeff Gordon. This is the kind of power and drive that they showed during that race.
Speaking of on the move.
Yeah, his teammates on the move too. Jimmie Johnson now underneath Denny Hamlin. You know, Denny's car hasn't been quite as good. Seems like the track's cooled down a little bit. He hasn't been as good this run.
Yeah, I think this cloud cover may be throwing him a little bit of a curve with his car right now.
But how about Joey Logano out there on those 2 tires?
Yeah.
Denny Hamlin's got 4.
Kind of continuing what's been a season-long trend here lately.
That's when, as the leader, you're hollering is pouring down rain.
There's
right
a
now.
caution.
Caution.
Caution's out.
Jimmie Johnson made a run at Joey Logano, but you have to give Joey a lot of credit. He stepped it up there as they were telling him that rain was over in turn 3.
Look at the wetness on that racetrack. Car's going to be brought down the pit lane and stopped here under the red flag.
One thing Chad Knaus told Jimmie Johnson, make sure your tires are warm before you get to the boxes. You see the quad box, Jimmie Johnson in the upper left-hand corner. They're going to make a 4-tire change for Jimmie. His car's really come alive throughout the course of this day. They've been one of the best. Jamie?
Dale Earnhardt Jr., his teammate, bottom left air pressure adjustment to help him in turn 3. 4 tires and fill it up with Sunoco, Dave.
They told Kyle Busch where the worst of pit road was, so he didn't slide through. He did not. 4 tires, wedge adjustment to snug up that race car. Doc? Right lower corner, race leader Joey Logano. Minor chassis adjustment, a little bit of air pressure, 4 tires. They warned him, be careful on leaving moisture on pit road. He is away, and the 31 car will beat him off.
We come to the green, presented by American Ethanol, and go back racing at Pocono. Jeff Burton losing some spots in turn 1 and going to lose some more as they come to the second corner. Lead change, Kurt Busch out in front. Logano 20 inside of Keselowski for second. Pretty good race here, Junior and Edwards, 88-99. 10th and 11th, been going at it side by side pretty much about since the restart.
Now they're 3 wide. 3 wide and shifting gears.
Heating up now for the lead.
Kyle Busch.
Think Kirk will give it to him?
No, they might be brothers, but there's not much give and take between these two. They're just racers and competitors, and that's just somebody else who's in their way trying to take their spot as far as they're concerned.
There's the gap first to second. Kyle Busch, Brad Keselowski, and back to Jimmie Johnson and Kurt Busch as well. So not really any significant shuffling of positions on that green flag round of pit stops. Do we see the caution again before this race concludes?
Yeah, and that's trouble right here. Montoya and the 4 car of Casey Kane getting together.
And the caution flag is out.
Not to say you're outside, but we're talking.
Sounds like a little radio traffic blocking the way of the spotter.
Yeah, that happens from time to time. That's the 2 spotters talking it over.
Montoya and Kane had both been having a pretty lousy day. Pace cars off. Green flag in the air. Kyle Busch chooses the inside lane. Look at this. Down to the inside, 3 wide. Here comes Johnson.
Oh, Kyle with a big run in the middle here.
Keselowski to the lead. Johnson and Kyle Busch and Kurt Busch
and
racing.
They're like 5 wide behind them.
Hold your breath.
Oh, man, it's not going to work out good.
Yeah, Joey Logano, guys, has a tire going down. He radioed a moment ago. The car just absolutely not responding at all in the corner. They said, come on down. We'll go ahead and put one on. Don't try to milk it here. Just get down pit road. We'll put one on and see what we can do. Right now, Joey just trying to hang on until he can get back around. A lot of traffic there in front of him and behind him on the racetrack.
And the white flag is up. There's 1 lap to go.
Looks like Jimmie's going to get by Kurt Busch. Still side by side.
Boy, the position that this will put Brad Keselowski in. He's inside the top 20 with this, and then having 2 victories.
He's still got a long way to go, though. He's got to go through the tunnel turn and turn 3.
Yeah, but I like my chance with him. See Kurt Busch fighting back with Jimmie here. They touch coming down the back straightaway.
That could get ugly.
Again.
It's getting ugly.
It's getting ugly. Wow, that's a high-speed part of the racetrack to be doing that.
Maybe a crossover move coming right here.
Yep.
Or into the rear bumper, one of the 2.
The story of this one is going to be the young man who came back from a terrible crash on Wednesday of this week and has gutted out a win at Pocono Raceway as Kyle Busch tries off the final corner. He'll come up 1 spot short. How about Brad Keselowski winning at Pocono? 2nd win of this season.
Congrats to all you guys, man. That's an awesome way to come back and get them.